I understand that we will be discussing today first the preliminary matters with respect to constitutional amendment. So let me just be very brief, because I think you will have. In general, I would say that amendment or revision of the Constitution, the initiation of amendment or revision of the Constitution has been given to the responsibility of Congress. The Constitution has provisions on how this is to be done. Congress can either do it by itself as a constituent assembly, propose amendments as a constituent assembly, or Congress can call a constitutional convention, or Congress can pass a law authorizing initiative and referendum. I think we have tried initiative and referendum. Now the Constitution now is over 22 years old, and unlike previous constitutions, it remains virginal, unamended. And part of the reason for this, I think, is because the provisions, the mandatory provisions of the Constitution are not very clear, and they are very controversial. And that until we are able to agree or to decide on just precisely how this mandatory provision will work, I don't think we will succeed in proposing amendments. First of all, Congress as a constituent assembly. In my view, unlike under the 1935 Constitution, Congress is already a constituent assembly because the Constitution says amendment or revision of the Constitution may be proposed by Congress. Unlike under the 1935 Constitution, before Congress could act as a constituent assembly, it should pass a resolution calling for a joint session. No such provision is found in the present Constitution. So in my view, Congress can either do it in joint session or in separate sessions. And this is where the problem is. That's why I say that as far as Congress and Constitutional Assembly is concerned, it can do it in two ways, either together or separately. But whether they are acting separately or together, in my view, and I agree with Justice Mendoza, the voting should be separate. The main reason, of course, is that the structure of Congress. We went through the problem, we went through the process of dividing two houses. And so, for a very good reason, so that major issues can be deliberated upon by two bodies and can be decided upon in two sessions, in two different sessions. So for that reason, I believe that if you decide to come in joint session, and there is nothing to prevent Congress from calling for a joint session. If you decide to come in joint session, then you would have to vote separately. And the vote that is required is 3/4 of all the members. Not 3/4 of all the members present, but 3/4 of all the members. And I would say voting separately. And in my view, 3/4 of the House and 3/4 of the Senate. And although there is a view also that it is enough that the Senate gets a majority vote, I do not quite agree with that. I don't agree with that. Now, as far as calling the Constitutional Convention is concerned, you have the same problem. It says the Constitutional Convention may be called by 2/3 vote of Congress. In the past, under the 1935 Constitution, it was called by Congress in joint session instead of voting separately. Now the Constitution does not say whether you vote separately or not. So you'll have to debate again whether you vote separately or not, or whether you come in joint session or not. We have not settled this issue. Now as far as once a Constitutional Convention is convened, or once Congress decides to serve, you can propose any amendment in the works. An amendment in the works. In the end, it is the people who will vote. So very briefly, that's about the only thing I'm prepared to say at the moment. I was listening to Justice Mendoza. I think I can agree with practically everything he said. Thank you.
Thank you, Father Bernas. Indeed, that was, we went through a learning process to your dissertation. However, if I may bring out the subject, you did not touch on fourth mode, and which has become popular or flavor of the month because of your opinion column on how this is. Would you care, Father, to say a few words on this?
In a sense, I really have already talked about the fourth mode. The fourth mode is when when the two houses of Congress do not come together. And the Senate does its thing where it is, and the House does its thing where it is. If the Senate, let us say, passes an amendment by vote of 3/4, and then the Senate passes it on to the Senate for the same deliberation. If the House accepts it by a 3/4 vote, then you have a constitutional amendment. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And I suppose that if the two houses do not agree in the exact provision, then you go through what you normally do in bicameral.
Thank you, Father Bernas. And now that we have listened to our two resource persons, unfortunately the others cannot take this afternoon. So we will now open the floor to any clarificatory questions from any members. If you so wish to ask questions, please raise your right hand so we can have them listed down here. And with the request that please make your questions as brief as can be so that they can answer very well what you have in mind to be clarified. Yes, Congressman Doles.